All right, everyone. So your metabolism is not broken. Stick with it. Whatever you're doing for your health, wellness, metabolism, weight loss, please have some faith. Your metabolism is not broken. You haven't broken it by doing some diet. You haven't broken it by fasting. You haven't broken it by being pregnant. You haven't broken it by entering a new life stage like menopause. Now, we have some data to back that up. Certainly, this is not an aggregate list or the consensus list of the mountain of data that's out there. This is a particular study from 2021 that addresses that exact topic. It's entitled Daily Energy Expenditure Through the Human Life Course. And that, once again, this is published in Science. And what did it find? And what did they do and what did it find? So they studied about 6,000 participants over over 29 different countries. I think it was something like 60% female population, I believe, from ages literally like something like 5 or 6 months or 9 months through through something in the like mid to late 80s or even 90s. I can't remember the exact details. Long story short, what did they find? As you would expect, a large boost in the first year or two, first couple of years in energy expenditure. Then it starts to dip in through adolescence and settles in right about age 20. For a long period of time, you'll see through this graph here. This is adjusted total energy expenditure by age. You'll see right below it adjusted basal energy expenditure by age. So with this, what we notice is where does this trend line, where does this plot start to dip into the kind of with the most slope? As you'll see here, kind of starts to inflect much later at around age 60, 65. So, just a little food for thought as it relates to that. You'll see also over here a different representation of that data. This is adjusted basal metabolic or basal energy expenditure and adjusted total energy expenditure in a slightly different plot. But what you'll see is the slopes of these two graphs here start to dip more significantly later in around age 60. So it's good news. It's good news. I know, of course, there's a lot of things to consider, and we'll just go on to the next slide. Of course, a huge factor is maintaining activity and fat-free mass. So clearly, there's a clear relationship with fat-free mass and total energy expenditure. We want to keep that and maximize it through our lifespan and through our health span. They also looked at it based on sex as well, split into male-female sex. Those lines, of course, are trending together. So ultimately, the take-home is a couple things. Once again, we can maintain and kind of maximize our metabolism through life through a much longer period of time than we might be feeling or kind of convinced that we can. It should hopefully bring motivation and optimism that we can, get to a place where we are maximizing the value of our exercise, the value of our nutrition as it relates to our metabolism. So whatever you're doing, have faith in it. Keep going. Your metabolism isn't broken.